Chosen one, hear this clearly. If you're watching right now, this moment was not random. This isn't coincidence, and it isn't chance. God has intentionally led you here. He is addressing you personally, the one he has set apart. Right now, heaven is calling you to stop speaking, to quiet the noise, to shut down the doubts, and to listen with your spirit. This is not a gentle nudge. This is an awakening, a serious warning. If you ignore it, you will look back with regret. The season of excuses is over. God's word says, "Be still and know that I am God." Psalm 46:10. And right now that command is for you. Still your thoughts, lower your voice, make room for him to speak. God says you have talked long enough. You've explained yourself too much. You've carried burdens that were never meant to be shared. Now is the time to quiet yourself, to lean in, and to prepare. Because what's coming is not ordinary. The nights ahead are charged. They are gateways, thresholds of transformation far beyond what you imagined. Something inside you is shifting. Your spirit is recalibrating. Your life is being rearranged in ways you cannot yet see. But listen carefully. There is a condition. If you keep revealing too much, if you fail to guard your space, if you don't honor the power of silence, your blessings can be delayed. Your breakthrough can be interfered with. Your destiny can be disrupted. In this season, every word you speak carries weight. Every thought carries force. Every action echoes louder than before. Before we go any deeper, pause with intention and do 3 things right now. Like this video as an act of agreement. Subscribe to this channel and stay connected to messages meant for God's chosen ones. And in the comments, type 99. That number is not accidental. It is prophetic. It signals rescue, completion, and divine response. When you write it, you're declaring that you are present, alert, and ready. This is not a time for passive listening. This is a moment of rising. Doors are opening. Alignment is happening. What once felt impossible is shifting into reach. Do not scroll past this. Do not dismiss it. Decide now. Listen or regret it later. This is your hour. In this sacred moment, God is issuing a clear instruction. Be silent, not because you're afraid, but because silence is now strategic. Your quiet is not weakness, it is holy. For too long, you've spoken your visions openly. You've shared dreams, insights, and instructions with people who were never meant to carry them. Heaven is now placing a divine hush over your life, and this is essential for your next elevation. Words carry vibration, they carry authority, and when they land in the wrong ears, they can become tools of delay and sabotage. God has seen it. He's watched your intentions twisted, your plans disrupted, your energy drained. That's why silence is becoming your strongest weapon. In stillness, God reveals direction. In solitude, the Spirit releases wisdom too sacred for crowds. What the enemy cannot hear, he cannot steal. Heaven is moving, but your voice must rest. Calm your mind. Center your spirit. Wait. Obedience to this silence is the doorway to your breakthrough. You've already shared your story. You've already carried others while bleeding quietly yourself. Now God says, enough explaining. This silence is not punishment. It is protection. In this hush, your words turn inward, into prayer, agreement, and covenant between you and God alone. Not everyone who listened to you had pure intentions. Some applauded while draining you. Some smiled while secretly celebrating your delay. That season is over. Your silence now separates who walks with you from who only wanted access to you. Your next chapter doesn't require announcements. It requires alignment. What God is growing in you is too sacred, too powerful, too raw to be exposed to careless hearts. Silence is the womb where destiny forms. Guard it, respect it. Not every listener is loyal. Not every compliment is safe. Some gather information, not faith. This is no longer the season to share blueprints. The enemy is subtle, sometimes disguised as praise, curiosity, or concern. You've been too generous with what was birthed in intimacy with God. Your future is not a group project. It is a covenant. Seal it, cover it, protect it. This ground is holy. One careless conversation can disrupt momentum. This isn't paranoia, it's spiritual warfare. Discretion is your armor. You owe no one an explanation for your quiet. God is working in silence, and so must you. People may question your distance. Let them. They may misunderstand your shift. Let them. When Jesus faced his greatest assignment, his silence spoke louder than words. You are in a womb season, not a broadcast season. Seeds are being planted. Roots are growing deep. Fruit is forming unseen. Silence shields what is becoming. There is favor in being underestimated. There is holiness in being misunderstood. Those who question your quiet now will be stunned by your transformation later. Breakthrough is fragile. Speak it too early, and it becomes exposed to jealousy, doubt, and interference. A miracle is like a seed. You don't dig it up daily to prove it's growing. You let it develop in secret. Jesus said, "Do not cast your pearls before swine." Matthew 7:6. Not everyone deserves access to your progress. Let it mature in the dark. Then let the manifestation speak. Tonight is not an ordinary night. It is supernatural. God is opening windows, rare opportunities that can alter your entire life path. What happens tonight and in the nights ahead carries divine weight. But this shift requires alignment. If you feel pulled toward solitude, if your spirit feels restless, if silence feels necessary, that is not coincidence. That is invitation. This is not about outward effort. It is about inward transformation. The atmosphere is charged. Heaven is ready. Step out of noise, step into stillness. Your body is sacred. Your energy is sacred. Your frequency is being recalibrated. Stay aligned. Stay silent. Stay chosen. And if this message resonates, like this video, subscribe to the channel and stay connected. Because this is only the beginning. God is calling you right now to disconnect. Silence your devices. Step away from screens. This is not random instruction. This is protection. What heaven is releasing requires clarity, not interference. Competing frequencies disrupt what God is trying to imprint within you. The constant noise of technology fragments your attention and dulls spiritual sensitivity. That's why this moment demands separation. Turn everything off. Dim the lights. Light a candle if you can. You may play gentle worship or sit in complete stillness. Either way, remove resistance. Let the Holy Spirit move freely through your space. You are not merely receiving something tonight. You are being reshaped. Guard this atmosphere. Guard this frequency. The tools God points you toward are not complicated. They are intentional. Light represents presence in darkness. Candles are reminders that God dwells with you. Gold and silver reflect royalty, overflow, divine provision, not superstition, but symbolism, physical reminders of spiritual reality. As you surround yourself with these symbols, your environment begins to echo what your spirit already expects. You are aligning the natural with the supernatural. You are creating a place of reception, a sacred setting where heaven feels welcome. Even money placed nearby is not worship, it is alignment. It signals open gates, provision, flow. The atmosphere mirrors abundance, not lack. But understand this clearly, silence is the greatest tool of all. In silence, we hear. In silence, we synchronize. Tonight is not about sound, it is about alignment. Remove interruptions, speak no more. Wait, something is already activating. Your body is not just flesh, it is a vessel, a finely tuned instrument designed to receive, hold, and transmit divine energy. In these nights, God is adjusting that internal system. You may feel warmth, tingling, emotional release, sudden clarity, or deep peace. None of it is accidental. This is calibration. But this process is sensitive. Noise disrupts it. Distraction distorts it. Negativity interferes with it. That is why God urges you, protect your space. This activation will produce visible results, synchronicities, favor. Doors opening where nothing moved before, but only if you respect the process. Don't rush it, don't force it, don't interrupt it. You are being prepared to carry more than you ever have. Remain centered, let heaven finish the work. Portals are moments where heaven and earth intersect. Tonight they are open. This is not symbolism, it is spiritual reality. Your normal timeline is being paused. Old chains are loosening. Your future is being rewritten with glory. Most people will miss this night. They'll scroll, sleep, complain, distract themselves. But you cannot afford to move like the many. You are chosen. The chosen never move with the crowd. You feel this shift, even if you can't fully explain it. The pressure in your chest, the restless nights, the intensified prayers. This is your exit window from cycles of delay, defeat, and generational limitation. Do not sleep through it. Do not let distractions steal it. Heaven is taking your destiny seriously. If doors are opening, your role is readiness. Creation responds to alignment. What you surround yourself with, you attract. This is not fantasy, it is law. That's why God is calling you to curate more than your space. You must also cleanse your thoughts, emotions, and focus. Clean your room, clear your heart, quiet your mind. Heaven responds to order. Chaos repels breakthrough. If your environment is cluttered, your manifestation scatters. That's why God says, remove distractions, cut draining connections, step away from toxic voices in media. Create a space that breathes peace, smells like purpose, and sounds like surrender. You don't need extravagance. You need alignment. A quiet room, a calm heart, a willing spirit. That becomes a sanctuary. Energy transfers. Some people elevate you, others drain you. God is warning you now. Not everyone can walk with you into this version of yourself. This is not rejection, it is devotion to destiny. Low-frequency minds cannot survive in a high-frequency season. Protect your energy because it is holy. Anyone who causes doubt, fear, or confusion about what God whispered to you privately does not belong near you right now. Be intentional. Even colors, words, objects, everything carries energy. Tonight, you are the conductor. Do not allow anyone or anything to short-circuit heaven's transmission. You have been stuck long enough. Cycles of limitation were never your destination. They were your wilderness. And tonight, God places the key of Exodus in your hand. This is not just spiritual alignment. This is life release. Escape is possible, but only if you obey. The trap often feels familiar, even comfortable, but it keeps repeating the same lack, the same fear, the same delay. Tonight is your jailbreak. Not everyone escapes. Some stay because noise drowns God's whisper. Do not be one of them. This window is rare. Be bold. Be obedient. God is leading you beyond survival and into overflow. You have cried. You have labored. You have poured into others while waiting silently for your turn. And now heaven says, you've carried enough. Now receive. This is not a season to give. It is a season to receive. Receiving requires stillness. Sit, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and let God pour into you. You don't need to explain. You don't need to earn it. Grace is not deserved, it is received. Tonight, grace is rushing toward you. If you can remain still, God will exchange ashes for beauty, weakness for strength, confusion for clarity. Resist the urge to speak, post, or justify. You are not here to perform. You are here to heal. Let God speak over you. Your role is to listen. Timelines exist in the spirit, and yours is shifting. A new reality is unlocking. No more surviving, only flourishing. No more delay, only launch. No more repetition, only ascent. You are standing at a divine intersection, and the test will be subtle. A message, a distraction, a scroll, a thought meant to pull you out of alignment. Guard this night like your life depends on it, because it does. Do not let ordinary minds pull you back into ordinary timelines. You were never meant to blend in. You were meant to lead, illuminate, and reset the story of your bloodline. If you obey these instructions, tonight will not just change how you feel, it will change what happens next. Something holy is approaching within the next 48 hours, not because you earned it, but because God chose you. Divine favor is in motion, and it won't arrive quietly. It's not something you'll have to chase or strain for. It will meet you suddenly, unexpectedly. A message, an opportunity, a breakthrough, a calm assurance that lets you know heaven has stepped in. You've waited longer than you thought you would. You've cried in silence. You've watched others receive while you kept believing. But understand this clearly. Delay was never rejection. It was preparation. Within the next 48 hours, a supernatural shift begins. What felt stuck will start moving. Those who overlooked you will suddenly remember you. Doors you assumed were sealed will begin to open. Don't tense up, expect. God isn't looking for your effort. He's watching your posture. Stay humble. Stay aligned. Don't push, don't rush. Say yes only to what comes wrapped in peace. When favor moves, it feels like wind at your back, not pressure on your chest. You asked for confirmation. This is it. These next 2 days are not ordinary. They are marked. Your faith has been steady, and now favor is catching up. Heaven has noticed your restraint. The moments you wanted to explain yourself but chose peace instead. That silence was never weakness. It was authority. In the natural world, silence looks passive. In the spiritual realm, it is one of the most powerful weapons there is. Silence keeps your vision pure. It protects your energy. It preserves momentum for doors that actually matter. And those doors are opening, not because you demanded them, but because you honored the process. What you're holding back right now is fuel for what's about to be released. Your future is being shaped by what you refuse to let distraction steal. Each time you choose peace over reaction, clarity over chaos, restraint over noise, you show God you're ready to rise without ego. When the doors swing open, and they will, you won't need to explain a thing. Your results will speak for you. Your quiet obedience is becoming the soundtrack of your success. A new frequency is forming around you, one of increase, expansion, overflow. And this goes beyond finances. It's about growth in every area of your life. You're entering a season where lack no longer has permission to stay. But abundance must be stewarded before it's released. Prosperity starts in the spirit. If you believe you're undeserving, you'll block it. If your language is rooted in scarcity, you'll repel it. That's why God is reprogramming your beliefs, tuning your mind to a frequency where lack doesn't exist. Every time you speak life over your resources, thank God before provision appears, or declare increase, you align with that frequency. This is why you're being urged to release old habits, negative money talk, draining spaces, and scarcity thinking. You cannot step into a high-frequency season while living with low-frequency patterns. Money isn't evil, it's a tool. In the hands of the chosen, it multiplies impact, funds purpose, blesses generations, and changes stories. Get ready. What's activating requires capacity. Your posture will determine how much you can carry. You don't need to chase visibility. God is planting your name in hearts you've never met. While you're faithful in private, He's speaking about you in rooms you haven't entered yet. Favor outruns effort. Conversations are happening about you right now. Decisions are being made in places you can't see yet. That's not coincidence. It's orchestration. That's why integrity in private moments matters. You never know which unseen seed is opening which door. You don't need a massive platform to be recognized by heaven. God will place you in front of the right people at the right time. Keep walking in excellence even if the room feels empty. Applause is coming, but preparation comes first. In this season, God is aligning a connection that will shift everything. It could be a mentor, a partner, a friend, someone positioned to unlock what you couldn't access alone. One conversation, one introduction, one yes can reroute your entire future. This won't arrive with chaos. It will arrive with peace. You'll recognize it. Your spirit will quietly say, "This is it," and everything will begin to change. Tonight, your dreams are not random. They are messages. Sleep is one of God's most intimate communication channels. That restlessness you felt before drifting off. It's your spirit preparing to receive. Don't ignore it. Ask before you sleep. God, what do you want me to know? Keep a journal nearby. Dreams may come as symbols, colors, numbers, faces, but they carry instruction. God uses them to guide, protect, and position you. He doesn't only bless, He gives strategy. What you receive in sleep will confirm what your spirit has already sensed. So don't sleep just to rest. sleep to receive. You've prayed deeply. You've cried where no one saw. And tonight, heaven has already scheduled a response. It won't come with noise, but with clarity, with peace, with a knowing that doesn't shake. You may wake up lighter, clearer, certain about next steps. That's how God speaks. This is why your posture before sleep matters. What you consume before rest determines what heaven can release. So choose silence. Choose peace. Let your mind settle. Expect visitation. Sleep surrendered. Wake in revelation. Behind the scenes, everything is being rearranged. Like a master architect, God is realigning details you didn't even know were connected. People, timing, circumstances. Nothing is random anymore. You may feel like nothing is happening. But this is the quiet before acceleration. Just as transformation happens in stillness, so does yours. Every closed door was never rejection. It was redirection. Even the timing of the universe is aligning in your favor. That feeling of perfect timing you've sensed before, that was heaven whispering, hold on, you're closer than you think. This is not your strength at work. It's divine coordination. Your role now is simple. Release control. Trust the process. Step into faith. Heaven is already ahead of you, preparing the way. Your assignment is not complicated. Stay in alignment. Walk humbly, and watch how everything begins to rearrange itself for your good. The season of financial dryness you survived is giving way to overflow. What once felt like barely enough is about to turn into more than sufficient. Within the next 48 hours, God's provision will arrive in a way that catches you off guard. Not through striving or schemes, but through divine release. This is not luck. This is not hustle. This is heaven undoing cycles of lack that didn't begin with you, but end with you. Think back to the sleepless nights, the moments you stared at numbers that didn't add up, the quiet fear, the unanswered questions, the tears no one saw. Every prayer was heard, every sigh was recorded, and now the response is coming, clearly, unmistakably, powerfully. This shift will affect more than finances. It will rewire how you think about provision, how you steward, how you trust. Prepare yourself, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Step into this new season with gratitude already in your mouth and generosity already in your heart. What's being released isn't meant to stop with you. It's fuel for the assignment ahead. This isn't a temporary fix. It's a reset. Do not let fear creep back in. Don't second-guess the promise. Stand steady. The breakthrough is already in motion. Make space for it, in your home, in your habits, in your expectations. When God moves, scarcity loses its grip. Overflow becomes the new normal. The chapter marked by struggle is closing. This isn't hopeful thinking, it's divine instruction. You're stepping into a corrected timeline, one where patterns of delay, limitation, and constant resistance lose their authority. You won't have to fight for inches anymore. God is clearing the road ahead. Challenges may still appear, but they won't control you. You'll meet them with wisdom, strength, and calm. What once blocked you will now elevate you. Storms won't shake you because your footing is rooted in grace. None of your pain was wasted. Every tear watered the soil of what's about to rise. And now the story is being rewritten, marked by freedom, favor, and forward motion. So pause, breathe, lay down the weight you've been carrying alone. You're entering a season where the burden lifts, the way opens, and the harvest comes looking for you. This is your ascent. You've been glowing quietly in unseen places, but that season is ending. Your light will no longer be hidden. It will shine boldly. The right people, the ones assigned to your journey, will finally recognize you, your authenticity, your gift, your inner brilliance. This illumination isn't about attention, it's about truth. When you stand fully in who God created you to be, you become a signal, guiding others who are still searching. You become a lighthouse, not for applause, but for purpose. Your life becomes proof. So when God whispers, obey, obey. When He calls you into silence, trust it. When He promises breakthrough, believe it. Your moment is here. Hold your ground, honor the quiet, and let heaven speak.